now saying President Trump has confidence in Attorney General Jeff Sessions, despite comments to the contrary just yesterday in an interview with the New York Times. Well, now Sessions is firing back. Local 10 D.C. Bureau Chief Ross Palumbo covering it all live from the White House. Ross.
Well, Lori, Attorney General Jeff Sessions says he is going nowhere. This after the president blasted him and the entire Justice Department in the New York Times. The White House just a few moments ago at the briefing trying to soften those comments.
Does he want the Attorney General to stay?
The White House again speaking off camera today, cleaning up President Trump's attack on Attorney General Jeff Sessions.
Clearly he has confidence in him or he would not be the Attorney General.
It comes after Trump rallied against Sessions and the Justice Department in a New York Times interview.
If he would have recused himself before the job, I would have said, thanks, Jeff, but I can't, I'm not going to take you. It's extremely unfair, and that's a mild word, to the president.
Despite that, Sessions today already saying he has no intention of resigning.
We love this job, we love this department, and I plan to continue to do so as long as that is appropriate.
Trump also taking aim at special counsel Robert Mueller, warning him not to look into Trump family finances, saying it would be a violation.
Would that be a breach of what his actual...
I would say yes. Yeah, I would say yes.
The president's making clear that the special counsel should not move outside of the scope of the investigation.
The president also speaking about his previously undisclosed meeting with Vladimir Putin at this G20 dinner, contradicting his own spokesperson, who said it went on for about an hour.
It was not a long conversation, but it was, could be 15 minutes, just talked about, we talked about adoption.
You did.
Russian adoption, which is interesting because that was a part of the conversation that Don had.
That coming on the same day Donald Jr., son-in-law Jared Kushner, and former campaign manager Paul Manafort were scheduled to testify before Congress. All after meeting this Russian lawyer, Natalia Veselnitskaya, and this Russian-American lobbyist, Ike Kavaladze, at Trump Tower last year, and not disclosing it until now. The meeting billed as dirt on Hillary Clinton coming from the Russian government, dirt they claim they never got.
Nobody told me. I didn't know that. It's a very unimportant, sounded like a very unimportant meeting.
Well, the president's son-in-law and his top aide, Jared Kushner, is scheduled to speak about all of this in front of the Senate Intelligence Committee coming up on Monday. Don Jr. and Paul Manafort are scheduled to testify on Wednesday. Calvin, so far they have not accepted that invitation, so the chair of the Judiciary Committee is now saying that he may have to subpoena the president's son and the president's former campaign manager. We'll keep you updated.